discussing maximum power transfer theorem. Okay, so the maximum power transfer theorem says that suppose there is any source circuit and here is any load circuit. Okay, so what you have to do in maximum power transfer theorem, that you have to transfer the maximum amount of power from the source side to the load side. Okay, so here I am having a source circuit and I am having a load circuit. Okay, so simply I will connect this source circuit and load circuit. Okay, and the current here I is I. Okay, so I current will also be in here, and I amount of current will also will go in load circuit. Okay, so now the thing is, what is the amount of the okay, now suppose this is ZL. Okay, sorry, this is source, so this is ZS, and this is load, so suppose this is ZL. Okay, and the value of ZS will be what? Resistive and plus any capacitive or inductive load, so RS plus JXS, and ZL is equal to RL plus JXL. Okay, and now the maximum power transfer says that the value of ZL must be equal to the value of ZS for maximum transfer of power from source side to the load side. Okay, and which we will derive that how the ZS and ZL must be equal for the maximum transfer of power to the load side. Okay, so now ZS is this and ZL is this. Okay, so I is equals to what? See, I is equals to what? Vs voltage source divided by total impedance in the circuit, that is ZS plus ZL. So I is equal to Vs by ZS plus ZL. Okay, and as we all know that PL power is equal to I square RL. Okay, and for maximum power, differentiate this equation with respect to RL. Then you will get at maximum power. Okay, so now you know PL is equal to I square RL. So in place of I, you can write this equation. So I have written this V square by ZS plus ZL whole square dot RL. Okay, dot RL. Now what next? PS is equals to, see, in place of ZS and ZL, you can write these two. Okay, and adding these. Okay, and by adding, keeping the resistive load at one side. Okay, and keeping all the impedance source at one side. So RS plus RL plus JXS plus JXL and the whole square. Okay, and now for maximum power, I told you that differentiating this equation with respect to RL gives you 0. So differentiating this equation with respect to RL, okay, you will get 0. So after differentiating, the result you will get this. The result will get this: RS is equal to RL and XS is equal to minus of XL. Okay, this RS is equal to RL and this JXS is equal to minus of JXL. Okay, it means suppose here is any capacitive load, then it will be an inductive load, and suppose here is an inductive load, then it will be a capacitive load. Okay, and now as you know, ZS is equal to RS plus JXS. So in place of RS you can write RL, and in place of XS you can write minus of XL. So I have written this, and this is equal to what? This is just the conjugate of this, which means ZS is equal to conjugate of ZL. Okay, and now suppose in any circuit there is any there is only resistive loads. Okay, the source load is also resistive and the load is also in resistive nature. Then the power will be what? PL is equal to I square dot RL, and in place of I can write Vs square divided by, in place of ZS and ZL, now I will write RS plus RL, because I have only resistive load, I have no capacitive or inductive load, so I will ignore these two. Okay, so I just have to write RS plus RL. So I have written this RS plus RL whole square. Okay, and in place of RS I can write RL. So RL plus RL will becomes 2RL, and 2RL square is equals to what? 4RL square, and RL square RL cancels out, so Vs square by 4RL. Okay, so this is the equation for maximum power, that is PL is equal to Vs square by 4RL. This is only for any resistive load. Okay, and if there is any inductive or capacitive load, then the formula changes. Okay, and there you have to worry that what to do. Okay, and now coming to some questions and how to do the and how to proceed towards the maximum power transfer theorem, we will discuss. Okay. Okay, so before doing some questions, first come to the basic part, at how you have to proceed in any MPT question. Okay, so the first step you have to do is make a Thevenin equivalent circuit. Okay, any you have been given any complicated circuit, any type of circuit, you have to convert in any Thevenin equivalent circuit. Okay, and then you have to find the value of VTH and RTH. Okay, and then you can get Pmax. Okay, because Pmax is equals to what? VTH square by 4 RL, and RTH is equal to RL. Okay, here is not RS, it's RL, and VT and RL is equal to RTH, and RTH is what? RS. If you remember the same circuit I have drawn, okay, earlier. So RL is equal to RTH is equal to RS. Okay, and now the most important condition applied, that the load resistance must be variable. Okay, this must be variable. The value of load resistance must not be fixed initially. Why it not be fixed? Okay, see, because if it is fixed, okay, suppose it is fixed, okay, then you don't know that for what value of load resistance the power will be transferred maximum from the source side to the load side. Okay, so the load resistance must be variable. Okay, so that you can find the maximum the value of RL for which the maximum power is transferred. Okay, and if it is known, then you can fix it. Okay, but initially it should not be fixed, it should be variable. Okay, so remember this condition. Now come to this question. The question says that find the maximum power transferred in the load resistance R. Okay, this was a great question, and the options were 2.1 watt, 5.012 watt, 3.025 watt, and 4 watt. Okay, so how to proceed? The first step is make a Thevenin equivalent circuit. Okay, and then you have to find VTH first. Okay, so making the Thevenin equivalent of this, see, for finding VTH, you have to, across the load resistance is R, so you have to open this R. Okay, you have to open the circuit. So here is see, how can you proceed? Here is 5 watt. Then I will get here 5 ohm resistance, and then this is again 5 ohm resistance. This is open. Okay, this is open, so this will be what? VTH. This will be VTH. This is 2 ampere current source, and now this is 3 ohm resistance, and this is 6 watt voltage source. Okay, so now this is VTH, so there is no current in any direction, and suppose I let this as positive and this is as negative. Okay, you can also consider this as positive and this as negative. Okay, now suppose the current in this direction is I. Okay, so I amount of current is 5 ohm, and I amount of current will be also here. Okay, and this will divide now here, and okay, now you see, you can see the 5 ohm resistance and the 2 ohm current source are in parallel, so you can convert this into voltage source. Okay, so V is equals to what? IR, so 5 into 2 is 10. So I am removing this, and I converted in this any voltage source, so this becomes 10 volt, and this is a 5 ohm resistance here. Okay, and the current in this will also be I. Okay, and now applying the KVL in the bigger loop, Okay, see, here is minus first, so I will write minus of 5 plus 5i. Okay, minus of 6 plus 5i minus of 10 is equals to 0. So after calculating, you will get I is equals to 2.1 ampere. Okay, and now apply KVL in this smaller loop. Okay, KVL in this smaller loop. So we'll get minus of 5 plus of 5i plus VTH is equals to 0. So VTH is equals to, you can write in place of I, you can write 2.1 ampere. So we'll get minus 5.5 volt. Okay, VTH is equals to minus 5.5 volt. Okay, so you get VTH. Now you have to find the value of RTH. Okay, so now for RTH, suppose this is RTH now, and this is current I now. Okay, this will become I, and the voltage source will be short circuited. So this is short circuited. Again, this voltage source will be also short circuited. This voltage source will also be short circuited. Okay, and now see, the 3 ohm resistance will be removed because this is in parallel with any short circuit, so I can remove this easily. Okay, this is removed. Okay, now you can see this 5 ohm resistance and this 5 ohm resistance are in parallel. Okay, because the current goes from here and it will dividing in this. Okay, so RTH is equals to what? 5 parallel with 5, that is 2.5 ohm. Okay, RTH is equals to 2.5 ohm. Okay, so now it's simple. You have to get a Pmax. Okay, you have been asked the maximum power transferred in the load resistance RL. Okay, so I can make easily this circuit, equivalent circuit. See, in place of VTH, I can write minus 5.5 volt. Okay, and in place of RTH is what? 2.5 ohm. Okay, and in place of here is RL. Okay, and this. Okay, and RL is equal to what? RL is equal to what? RTH. So this is also 2.5 ohm. Okay, and now Pmax is equals to VTH square divided by 4RL. Okay, so now this becomes Pmax is equals to, keeping the values, that is minus 5.5 whole square divided by 4 into RL. RL is what? 2.5. So we'll get Pmax is equals to 3.025 watt. Okay, so option C was correct in this. Okay, now option C was correct. Now come to the next question. Okay, so now this question says the value of R. Okay, the value of R, this R, for maximum transfer of power to the load 3 ohm. Okay, so after having a look on this question, you may proceed like that. See, you may proceed like that you may convert this in first in Thevenin equivalent circuit, and then you may say that RL is equal to RTH, and RTH is what? R parallel 6. So you may proceed like this. See, R parallel 6 is equal to RL, and RL is 3 ohm. Okay, so R parallel 6 is equal to 3, so R is equal to 6 ohm, and the option here is also 6 ohm, but this procedure is wrong. Okay, why? Because I have told you that RTH is equal to RL. Okay, when RTH is equal to RL, when this load resistance is variable. I have told you, when this load resistance is variable, then this only condition will be applied, and here the load resistance is fixed 3 ohm. Okay, and it is fixed, it's not variable, so this will not be applicable over here. Okay, so how can you proceed in such questions? Okay, when the load is not when the load is fixed. Okay, so suppose how can you do? See, the current I given here, the current I is equal to what? 10 volt divided by whole impedance. Okay, which means I is equals to 10 volt divided by R parallel 6 plus 3 ohm. Okay, which means R parallel 6 is what? R dot 6 divided by R plus 6 in series with 3 ohm. So this is equal to 10R plus 60 divided by 6R. No, sorry, it will be 9R plus 18. Okay, this will be I. Okay, and this procedure was wrong, so I will remove this. Okay, now as you know, power is equal to in the load, power in the load, PL, is equal to what? I square dot RL. Okay, and I is the same because the current in this will be same as this, so I, and in place of I can write this. Okay, and RL is fixed, so I square dot 3. Okay, and if I'm saying or the question is asking for maximum power, the question is asking for maximum power, so you can see the maximum power is depending upon the value of current. That is, the power will be maximum when the current will be maximum, and so what can you do to find the maximum current so that you get the maximum power? Okay, so you can see now the I is equal to this equation. Now you can say for maximum value of current, you may differentiate this. Okay, so let me differentiate. So del I by del R is equals to what? Is equals to 9R plus 18 whole square. Okay, and this will be 9R plus 18 dot 10 minus 9 10R plus 60. Okay, and this whole is 0. So now multiplying this here, it will be 0. So by opening the brackets, you will get 90R plus 180 minus 90R plus minus of 540 is equals to 0. So you can see 90R and 90R cancels. Now in this equation there is no any variable, which means the value of I is not depending upon R. The value of I is not depending upon the value of R. Okay, so this procedure was also wrong, so you can't differentiate this. Now how can you get the maximum value? So simply you can put the values given in the options, and you can find that for which value of resistance you are getting the maximum value of current. Okay, so you will get maximum value of power. Understood? So first put the value of R as 0 ohm. Okay, so by putting 0 ohm, you will get 10 plus 60 70 by 60 by 18, which means 60 by 18, which means 3 point something. Okay, 3.333 maybe ampere. Okay, this much of ampere for 0 ohm. Okay, for 0 ohm. When you will put 3 ohm here in place of R, so you will get 2 ohm. You will get 2 ampere. And when you will put here 6 ohm, so you will get 1.5 ampere around. Okay, and when you will put infinity, so you will get simply 10 by 9 ampere. Okay, simply 10 by 9 ampere. So you can see the value of current is maximum 3.33 ampere for 0 ohm, resistance. Okay, so for 0 ohm resistance, so for 0 ohm resistance the value of current is maximum, so the value of power, the P max, will be maximum for 0 ohm resistance. Okay, so the answer is first, that is 0 ohm resistance. Okay, so now coming to this question. Okay, now you can see in this question the question says the maximum you have to find the value of R, the value of this R, for maximum transfer of power from circuit A to circuit B. Okay, this time the question is not saying that you have to find the value of R for which the power is maximum transferred to the resistance R. Here the maximum power have to transfer from the circuit A to circuit B. Okay, it is not asking in the resistance only. You have to find the maximum power in this whole circuit. Okay, so how can you proceed? Okay, suppose you can say that this is the source side and this is whole as a load side. Okay, and now what else you can do? See, suppose this I amount of current is here. Okay, this I amount of current is here, so here will also be I, here will also be I, and suppose the voltage here is V. Suppose the voltage here is V. Okay, this is plus, this is minus. The voltage here is V, and see there here is 3 volt. So on this node, there here will also we will get what, 3 volt. Okay, now you can see the voltage across this resistance R, across this resistance R is what? The voltage across this resistance will be what? The current V is equals to what? IR. So the current I and into R, IR. The voltage across this is IR. Okay, and you can also say the voltage across this resistance is what? The higher potential value minus the lower potential value, that is V minus 3 is also equal to IR. You can say V minus 3 is equal to IR. Okay, so you get here V is equal to IR plus 3. V is equals to IR plus 3. Okay, now what else you can do? You can apply the KVL in this loop. Okay, the KVL, I am applying the KVL in this loop. Okay, so by applying the KVL in this, see what you will get. Okay, you will get minus of 10. I am writing it minus of 10. Okay, plus 2I plus 2I plus 2I plus RI plus RI plus RI, and the voltage in this minus J ohm inductor is same as 3, will be 3 volt because these are in parallel. So I can simply write here plus of 3 volt, which is equal to 0. So by equating all these, you will get I is equals to minus 7 by R plus 2. Okay, I is equal to 7 by R plus 2. So V, now putting this value in this, so V is equals to 7 by R plus 2 plus 3. Taking the LCM, we will get R plus 2, and now 7R plus 3R, it is 10R plus 6. Okay, this is the value of R. Okay, and now this is the value of V. Okay, so now for maximum, now you know the P is equals to VI. You know P is equals to VI. So putting the value of V as this and putting the value of I as this 7 by R plus 2. So I am putting here 10R plus 6 divided by R plus 2 into 7 by R plus 2. So P is equals to 70R plus 50, 7 6 are 54, no sorry, 7 6 are 48, no sorry, sorry 42, divided by R square, no I think you can write R plus 2 whole square. Okay, R plus 2 whole square. Now you need maximum power, you need maximum power. So for maximum power, you can differentiate this whole with the value of R, because the P is depending upon the value of R. So del P by del R is equals to 0, is equals to 0. Okay, so differentiating this, you will get what? R plus 2 whole square dot 70 plus 2R plus 2 into 70R plus 42 divided by R plus 2 raised to power whole 4 is equals to 0, is equals to 0. Now by solving all these, okay, you will get as R is equal to, you will get R is equal to 0.8 ohm. You will get R is equal to 0.8 ohm. Okay, so option 1 was correct. Okay, so these were I have tried that all type of questions in MPT have been covered. Okay, so if any doubt about any theory, you can ask in the comment box. Okay, thank you.